Okay, well, so this is a different setup. I have somebody else here, as you can see.
Hello.
This is the first of hopefully many outlandish monthly minicasts.
Many minis.
Minicast. I decided minicast was the idea.
Yeah.
It's just a really, really short kind of podcast where I get to interview somebody by asking them 3 simple questions. That's it. And it'll just be short, digestible content. So you don't even need a Tums or an antacid of any kind. So, Landon, the first question for you, as succinctly as possible, who are you?
I am Landon. I'm Levi's friend. We've been friends for a long time. I am a father of 2 awesome twin boys. I'm a pirate. Yeah, I don't know. We've worked together on film stuff. We've worked together on lots and lots of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Who am I?
Who are you? Yeah. So that was a good answer. That is who you are. Cool. Okay. So thanks for that. Yeah. Tell me a little bit on that answer. Like you talk about film stuff, creative stuff.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more who you are creative.
Okay. So I've been acting for just most of my life, mostly stage acting, a lot of film stuff together. Yeah, been acting. I've been doing voice acting lately, which has been really fun. I write. It's kind of just like lots of different venues of that kind of, yeah, lots of that different adventure.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, fiction. I was thinking
Adventure is true because
we treasure hunt together. I'm a treasure hunter. You've talked about that.
yeah, totally. I have the video with the most views actually is the treasure hunting one. So
Yeah. So we've done that together.
cool.
Am I in one of those videos? Maybe.
I think so.
I feel like there's...
I think you could see his face.
Yeah, you'll probably see me in that. Yeah.
Cool. Well,
A
that's
lot
good.
of his stories I've been around for.
Even secretly, one of the characters is inspired by Landon, a la like in the same vein of Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, in the way that C.S. Lewis is Treebeard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, here's some stuff, bro.
I'm the long-winded beard guy.
And that's not even in my stories. Cool. All right. Question number 2 that I was going to ask: what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given? And if you can't remember like the best one, just one that comes to mind.
Just in life in general, best advice I've ever been.
Maybe across the board, it can be best advice for yourself personally or emotional or spiritual or even creative.
Okay.
You could just define what that means.
I think the number one, there's been a lot of like I made a commitment with my sister to like never lose my imagination when we were little kids. That's been huge and like monumental. But I think the best advice that just like comes to my mind as a piece of advice that always just has really affected my life is to don't forget to say important things.
Okay.
And I think that's huge because we all have important things to say, even if that important thing is, I love you. Or if that important thing is, hey, I have fun when you're around. Or, hey, I really liked that I really, really liked that story you made.
Yeah.
Or, it could be all kinds of stuff.
Totally.
Sometimes it's even just like, hey, you look really great today.
Yeah.
All that kind of
I've
stuff.
noticed you're quite good at that and always have been.
Oh, thanks.
It's just making sure you say that. I never knew that you had that advice.
Yeah.
I do. And we've known each other for 15 years now.
Yeah. It was just don't forget to say important things. And even just to make sure it's not just like, not clear that it's not just like compliments, that sometimes it's like sitting down with somebody and saying, hey, I know you doubt yourself, but you can do what you need to do. And there are times when you will be the person uniquely positioned to be that just turning point in someone's life, or even just your turning point during that month for them or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, we all have important things to say in so many different ways, and we do forget.
Cool.
So don't forget to say.
That's great. That's wow. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, those were great. The first 2 questions.
Cool.
And the third question is also our final one because these are mini casts, obviously, and we can talk about this for as long as we want or whatever. But the third question is, knowing the current group of subscribers for Outlandish, people who have subscribed because they like travel and they like the adventure and they like the weirdness, and I talk about mycology, I talk about fiction and all sorts of random things. So people that have those sorts of interests, what's the one thing you would want to tell them if you had them in a room in front of you? What would you say?
And watch more Outland.
We paid him to say that.
Yeah, one thing I would say to those people, honestly, it's kind of like, it's sort of in a similar vein to just like the not forgetting thing from before, but just don't forget the things that mean the most to you. Because like, that's the reason you're here watching him and watching his channel, is because these things are interesting to you. These things are important to you in some way. Don't forget that. You don't have to be like rigid about like, this is my identity, this is who I am.
Sure.
But don't forget that they're important to you. Don't forget that you love those things and use that to fuel your life. Even if it's like, maybe you can't have a job doing, you know, traveling the world, but like, watch a YouTube video of somebody traveling.
Yeah, totally.
Like on at night, you know, like, oh man, I'm feeling, it's like, yeah, take a second to engage with that or whatever you do.
Kind of the things that remind you of your humanity.
Yeah.
Especially in a world where, and this is what made me think of, but like in a world where social media is just like pushing so many things all the time to elicit emotional reaction, whether positive or negative at any point, because that's, you know, the currency that they work in. It's just cool to know that like, hey, like not everything has to be your job.
Yeah.
Not everything has to make you money. Not everything has to be frantic or stressful or high expectation, even high like stakes.
And it doesn't have to be your identity.
Totally.
Things can be parts of you.
You can find something interesting, and that's why you do it. And that's kind of what this channel is about. Like, never to get 1 million subscribers, even though maybe that'll happen someday.
Tell all your friends.
Yeah, I mean,
watch more Outlandish.
Sure, but the point of this channel was like, I love this stuff. And I mostly want to record it for me and maybe my kids and grandkids and everything, and for anybody out there that also wants to see it. And that was kind of the main idea behind it. And so like, I think that hit really home for me to know that it's like, it's okay to just think something's cool. To think something's neat.
And don't forget, just let yourself remember that stuff and let it be a part of your life.
Because it feels like it's so easy to just like totally lose sight, kind of unfocused. Because it's like with a camera, if you know anything about cameras, is if you try to get the whole landscape, the bigger it is, the harder it is to focus down on one thing. And it's kind of like in life, we need both of those moments. But focusing in on like, oh, this is what makes me happy. This is what gives me a sense of wonder. This is what makes me feel adventurous. That's those are treasures that you should keep.
For sure. So yeah, that's I think what it would be for me.
Sweet.
And just know like it can be tiny little doses of that stuff, and you can just still let it be in your life. That's it.
Cool. All right, well, that was a good minicast, monthly minicast,
micro minicast,
mini cast. Do you have any parting words for these guys? Anything you
watch more Outlandish? No, that's it.
Out more land washes. We're cut on that.
Good.
That was it. It's a wrap.